Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day. I certainly am. And we'll just wait for a moment or two so we get a few people on this morning. Carrie, Nebraska, numero uno. Good morning to you. And Kathy, good morning. And two Kathys in a row. Good morning. Francis Marie, Sandra, Aurelia. We appreciate you guys. Kevin, Oshawa, and Chandra. Good morning. Nick from our staff. Denise, good morning. Jeanette from our staff. Chantal, Ottawa. Bernice, Corner Brook, Newfoundland. Good morning. Ziane and Jean, good morning. Lise, Samuel from Arizona, bright and early. Milika, Stouffville, Ontario. Francis, good morning. Mary, Mike from Norland. Yolande, bonjour. Alma, nice to have you on. Andrea, Nouveau-Brunswick, good morning. Catherine from Parksville, BC. Nancy, good morning. And Brenda, Campbell River, British Columbia. Jen, Windsor, good morning, Jen. Robin, how are you? Deb, hey, right across the river, Detroit, Michigan. Fran, Orangeville. Olga, good morning. John from Elgin, Illinois. Helga, good morning. Glenda, good morning. Nick from Magog, Quebec, bonjour. I missed one there. Dorothy, good morning. PEI, Darlene. Sue, good morning to you. Regina, Judy, Colette, bonjour. Helen, from London. Springdale, Newfoundland. Catherine, Nellie, good morning to you. Deb from Timmins. Crystal, Alliston, Rita, good morning, guys. We appreciate it. Karen, Kincardine. New Brunswick, Wendy. John and Linda, good morning. Vasiliki from Greece, good morning, Greece. Mary, and I always miss a few when they're scrolling, goes by too fast. Dottie, sometimes it's too slow, sometimes it's too fast. Judy, good morning. Oh, Judy, I could sing. Suzanne, good morning. Okay, let's get going. I want to talk to you this morning about your battery packs. Okay? Your battery packs. Now, quick little quiz. What do we call your battery packs that are inside your cells? You should remember this from high school, biology. Okay? And Deanna from Kansas, good morning. Suzanne, Calgary. I know I missed a lot. Judy. What do we call those battery packs? I'm just going to wait a moment because I'm giving you a little test. What are they called? Those battery packs, okay? And I'll just wait to see if you got it right. I'm waiting. Okay, I guess everybody's still saying hello to me. What do we call the battery packs? Okay. I'm going to only wait another second because I guess you guys were all trying to say hello to me, and I get that. I understand that. Okay, what do we call them, Doc? From Tennessee, our dear friend, Dr. McEwen. What do we call those things? Mitochondria. There you go. Jen had it. Jen had it. John had it. That's right. You guys are smart. I'm telling you, I can't ever fool you. Derek, good morning. And you got it right. your battery packs are called mitochondria. Now, Rita, and, like I said, even in my high school days, we knew what mitochondria were because we had to study the cell, the cell, right? Single cell anemia, amoebas, not anemia. And Jordan, you got it, and Catherine, you got it. You all got 100%. Okay, Diane, mitochondria. Now, why do I want to talk about your mitochondria? Because there's a new study out talking about the importance of your mitochondria. Now, look, here's what happens. When you eat, your food gets, you're eating for nutrition, right? And when food is broken down, the digestive process starts right in your mouth with the saliva, and it's broken down. You have enzymes, you have your stomach acidity, in your small intestine, the nutrients have been micro-sized, and your body takes them up, goes into your bloodstream, and your bloodstream is the river of life. It brings to all your cells, your heart cells, your brain cells, your every organ cell, bone cells, you name it. They get micro-sized nutrition. You got that? And oxygen, obviously, from your blood. Now, when that happens, your mitochondria, your battery packs, they make fuel from your food. And they produce a fuel called ATP. You got that? So mitochondria, your batteries. We're hearing a lot about batteries these days because the world wants us to get away from carbon fuels and get us on battery-operated everything. Okay? Now, I don't want to go into that. I don't want to go into politics. I just want to talk to you about your body and a couple of new studies that have come out that are really, really important. And it has to do with what we call mitochondria. And the more they study the mitochondria, the more they realize how important fuel is. Okay? How important fuel is. Now, repeat. This is me. It's my way of teaching. It was my way of studying. Repeat. Your little mitochondria within your cells, your battery packs within your cells operate and produce a much higher ATP depending on the food that you eat. You give your cells, the mitochondria, bad fuel, and you're going to get, it's not like you're going to croak. It's not like you're going to, things happen in a day. But things do happen. And the new study is showing that one of the things that is so important, a nutrient that is so important for your mitochondria, is something called CoQ10. Now, what do we hear CoQ10? If you didn't know anything about CoQ10, you probably know this. That CoQ10 goes down when you are on statin drugs. Okay? CoQ10 goes down when you're on statin drugs. What are statin drugs? They are cholesterol lowering medications. The number one seller of all time is a drug called Lipitor. Number one selling of all time. The most revenue ever brought in by pharmaceutical companies is when they created, and falsely I might add, they created the boogeyman called cholesterol. And the world went hook, line, and sinker to lower cholesterol. Now, I ain't exaggerating when I tell you that if it left to the pharmaceutical companies, they would have put statin drugs in the drinking water. And I'm not kidding you. And because medicine, okay? Remember my overarching principles that come up almost every day. Think about this. Big pharma, or big food, care nothing about your health. They don't. And I'm going to show you an example of that in a minute. Big pharma, big food, care nothing about your health. And medicine knows nothing about food. If you get those overarching principles, you'll understand why it happened. When you don't know anything about food, really, moderation, what happens? Big pharma comes out with a medication to lower cholesterol based on a false theory, a false premise. It was all based on, it was voodoo, guys. It was voodoo. So, I know that's a little rabbit trail and I'm coming back. But here's what happened. If you know anything about CoQ10, the reason that you probably at least started to know things about CoQ10 is because of the use of statin drugs, and what is well established, because you even hear it on commercials, is if you're on a statin drug, you need to take a CoQ10 supplement. Okay? Because statin drugs, yeah, they lower your cholesterol, whoopee-doopie. But they destroy your CoQ10. And listen to what I'm going to say, it's really important. CoQ10, okay? Its real significance in your body occurs at the mitochondrial level, the battery pack level of your cells. CoQ10 is essential for your cells' mitochondria. Energy. Now, back on that rabbit trail a little bit. When you lower your CoQ10, because you're taking statin drugs, and there's a couple of other factors I'll mention, but when you're taking statin drugs, I used to scream at the top of my lungs, stop! Because I used to tell people, if you are going to take a drug that makes you exhausted, why? Because when you take a statin drug, you're not fixing heart disease, number one. You're making your mitochondria lack the ability to produce ATP, fuel, and therefore, that ain't good. A complete lack of energy. But here, let me give you a high five. I got my cholesterol down. Every day, every day, every day, 7 days a week, I have to undo the cholesterol myth, the cholesterol scam. It's a scam. It's a Ponzi scheme. You want cholesterol. You need cholesterol. Your body's made up of cholesterol. Hormones don't work without cholesterol. Oh. They're trucks. You go on a holiday. Drive somewhere. In Canada or the United States. And look at all the transport trucks. Ever notice that? Holy moly. I never really realized how many trucks there are. That's cholesterol. They're delivering. They're their delivery mechanism inside your body on the highways and byways of your blood vessels. You need them. Now, let's get back to CoQ10. The study. Now, we always known, okay, CoQ10 is really, really important for energy. 1. Okay, we know that. 2, for muscles. Now, the last time I checked, your heart is a muscle. It's a pump. If you take a cholesterol-lowering medication and you knock down your CoQ10 and the mitochondria within your cells go down, I mean, they don't produce as much ATP, that diminishes your muscle strength, and whoops, your heart's a muscle. It's a pump. Guys, I'm a simple person. I'm simple. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you want to decrease your muscle's ability to produce energy when your heart's a muscle? But here's another thing we're finding out. And this is the new study. Okay, let me read it to you. Okay? Let me read it to you. Your brain has the highest number of mitochondria. Your brain has the highest number. Your brain cells have the highest number of mitochondria. In every one of your brain cells, there is 2,000 mitochondria. In every one of your brain cells. We didn't know this before. There are 2,000 battery packs in every brain cell that you own. Mitochondria only work properly based on the fuel you give it. Number 2, mitochondria, your battery packs, will only produce real good energy in the presence of CoQ10. Now, why am I saying all this? Because the best, the best food with the highest amount of CoQ10 as its byproduct is steak. So, what did they do? Here's the food companies. Here's the big pharma. Here's medicine. Lower your cholesterol. 1. And 2, don't eat red meat. It's full of saturated fat. And it ain't no good for you. Well, that's the opposite of what is true. And I double down, and I double down, and I double down every day. I'm telling you, bring me a steak, and then bring me anything beside it. Anything. Any kind of food you want. Broccoli, kale, spinach, chicken. Ladies and their chicken. Insanely. No! It don't have CoQ10. CoQ10 is in steak. You got to eat steak to elevate your CoQ10. You can't do that from plants. I'm sorry. You can't eat fruit and say, I'm elevating my CoQ10. I'm not telling you never to eat fruit. I'm not telling you that. But don't look for energy. Remember your battery packs, your mitochondria. They rely on CoQ10. Your brain. Hello? Your brain has 2,000, my word, little battery packs in every one of its cells. Oh my word, you're fearfully and wonderfully made, guys. I just don't know how to tell you. But if you ever look at a brain, and I've seen it, okay? I've seen them. I remember in dissection, looking at a shrink brain with someone that had dementia. The brain is like a prune. It just shrunk. Your brain is, someone calls you fathead, remember, take it as a compliment. Okay? If someone calls you steakhead, give them a high five. You're a meathead. Remember Archie Bunker used to do that? You're a meathead. That's a compliment. Because when your brain shrinks, it shrinks with age. Sugar makes your brain cells, especially your hippocampus, sugar makes those brain cells shrink, shrink, shrink. And we all know, all of us know, your brain is 60% fat. And it's a very specific fat. It's a DHA fat. Your brain literally has 60% of the long-chain fatty acid. Why do you think I love DHA so much? Why do I always talk about that? Because I know anatomy. And I know how your brain is made up. But the more they use powerful microscopes and they look at the cell, They count. Holy moly, every brain cell's got 2,000 of those battery packs in it. You talk about a solar panel inside. But your mitochondria, your little battery packs, the 2,000 in every cell in your brain, they're looking for steak because they're looking for CoQ10. They're looking for CoQ10. That's significant, guys. Here's another study that was on top of this study in the brain. At the University of Peking, they talked about the relationship between your vision and dementia. Now, I told you guys last week, I went to the optometrist. I had my eyes checked. It had been a couple of years. The optometrist gave me a heck. You got to come every year. I said you were closed. You forget? COVID? Anyway. She knew me, so she wasn't mad at me. I said, well, but you know what she told me about my eyes? Your eyes are really good. Hallelujah. I was happy. Praise the Lord. No, but said that they're good. Your prescription is the same. You know why I wear these glasses? I need them to read. I'm so used to wearing them all the time. I don't need them other than to read, but I need them to read. But here's the study, okay? Here's the study. University of Peking University. 60% increase in dementia with vision loss. Oh, the connection between your eyes and your brain. The connection. You want healthy eyeballs? You need healthy circulation. You need fat. Remember, fatty eyes. You want fatty eyes, fatty brain. You want fatty eyes, fatty brain, fatty joints, lubrication, fat. Yes, where you don't want fat is in your organs, like your heart and your liver. Don't park fat there. Don't park fat on the pancreas. Don't park fat on your kidneys. Don't park fat in your bowel. Don't park fat in your heart. But you want to park fat here in the brain, your eyeballs, joints, fatty eyes, DHA. And here's what they're saying at the University of Peking. They talked about the mitochondria, your eye cells. Your battery packs in your eyes are looking for steak, not carrots. I know. Mommy told you to eat your carrots for your eyes because of beta-carotene. And that's all right. I'm not telling you not to eat your carrots. But there's a better food for your eyeballs. And the University of Peking said it too. Steak. Uh-huh. Saturated fat. CoQ10. CoQ10. I love CoQ10. Why? Because it gives me another excuse to eat steak. The #1 food on the planet. Okay? The number one food on the planet. I know liver's a little higher, but I don't like liver. I don't mind telling you that. I wish I did, but I don't. Okay? Now, steak, the red meat, the B12 that you get there, the CoQ10, the CoQ10. Isn't that interesting? That your brain, every cell in your brain has 2,000 battery packs. My word. And you better eat good food so that your battery packs are going to release ATP, fuel. And this is, guys, why do you think, again, you know that, but I'm just going to repeat it because I told you already, I'm a repetition guy. The reason the reset is so good, guys, I just got to tell you one of the biggest reasons is you're changing fuel. You're getting away from crappy carbs that really destroy your ATP. It really destroys your mitochondria, because your mitochondria, if that you insist on eating bad food, it'll process it. But now you're going to get a lot of debris. A lot of debris. You're not going to get, guys, I don't know anything about fuel, much at least. Not like, I'm talking about when I go and fill up my car, okay, my truck, okay? When you fill up your car, most cars and trucks even today can take 87 octane, right? True or false? Yeah, most of them. They want to conserve energy and blah, 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 and keep the price down. We have to mortgage our house to fill my truck, okay? But if you go to the airport and you see a jet, they ain't putting 87 in there. I guarantee it. They put jet fuel. And jet fuel is very high octane. The jet needs steak. You know what I mean? Comparatively. Like you can't, I'm just going to have a piece of bread. Okay? Your mitochondria goes, I wish you wouldn't do that. It's crappy fuel. It's not going to last. There's going to be a lot of debris. It doesn't feed the mitochondria properly. It doesn't give me any CoQ10. And now your ATP is going to go down, down, down. But you put a steak in there. And your cells, your brain cells, your eye cells, your muscle cells in your heart are going, high five me. I love you. You gave me a better fuel. And the mitochondria are happy. They become happy campers. Got it? Got the memo? What's the moral of the story? Give your brain cells fuel. The 2,000 battery packs within every brain cell that you own. Yep. Okay. Hey, we love you guys. We got a great week coming up. Leave finding these research studies to me. I'm looking. Interesting. I'm looking down at my notes, and there's some interesting studies come out that I like to pontificate on. Okay? Now, guys, just to let you know, The Doctor Is In podcast went over 1 million downloads. We're going to have a big party. We're going to announce it soon. To you guys. Because you guys have made it the success it is. Okay? It's overwhelming to me. I think about it and I go, I'm humbled by that. I'm humbled by it because it's you guys. You've made it so popular. So you can share that. You can tell people they can download that on their phone to listen to my rants. I was telling Tony Jr. yesterday, I said, aren't they tired of them, these rants? No, I thank you guys. I mean it, our audience. And, you know, I give you a little test, and you pass with flying colors. Must be because you're smart. You listen, Linda. You listen. Good for you. Okay, guys. We love you dearly, and we'll talk to you soon.